has an interesting opportunity. Some of the challenges have been around bandwidth and cost for India SMB. Those challenges over time are decreasing rapidly. And at the same time, as you can see from this conference, there's quite a bit of interest and demand for cloud services. Our own study of research of India SMBs see that there is about a 17 billion rupee opportunity today, growing at about 35% year over year to over 42 billion by 2016. So there's plenty of opportunity coming. There was an advertisement in the US I was listening to about hosted PBX, so VoIP as a cloud service. And what the ad said basically is, you get your music from the cloud today. Why aren't you getting your phone service from the cloud today? And I think you'll hear the same thing in India here very shortly. The top two concerns from our research is bandwidth and cost. So those are the first two. After that, but further down, is security. Bandwidth is something that the industry and the government as a whole need to work towards. I've been coming to India for over 10 years. Bandwidth has improved considerably. So that will just get better over time. Cost means being able to invest in infrastructure that enables you to really offer services at price points that customers can afford. And I think that is completely doable today. The last one is security. Security is a weird misperception. People think that their single server in their office is more secure than a data center with redundancy, with experts managing it, with security around there. So that's an education task, of which as an industry we just need to educate SMBs that their content and their services are actually more secure in a data center, like Control S's data centers, for example, than in their own offices. Regulations usually come after the fact, in my mind. First, we're in a world of social media. Companies that don't perform, it becomes very apparent very quickly. The companies that are performing make it very clear on their website, in their advertisement, that they've put in measures that enable them to be compliant to certain standards. And there are international standards that companies can work against. So for example, if you're going to buy or use a server from the Control S data center, you'll see that they've met a whole number of standards. And if you go visit their data center, you'll feel very comfortable that it is quite secure. So it's about making sure as an SMB, when you choose a service, that you understand where they're being hosted and if you can trust that person. And there's a lot of ways to find out. I would look at the trends in the rest of the world. You don't have to buy all cloud services tomorrow. Start slowly. Start with a basic service like your domain and your website. Only 7% of SMBs today in India have a web presence. 15%, by the way, are using Facebook, and both those numbers have doubled just in the last year. So that means that there's an opportunity to just start by getting on the web. Start by getting paid email. Only 15% of SMBs in India have email. So start with those, get comfortable with those, and then once you're comfortable with those, you can start purchasing other services like backup, like search engine optimization. So just take it one step at a time. For virtualization, once again, the percentage of SMBs in India that have hosted servers is very small, in the single digits. The challenge there is mostly cost. So what you need to do as a service provider is really look for virtualization technology that enables very high density so that you can offer virtualized services at very, very low cost. This is done today in other parts of the world. There's a company in Germany called Interginia, 8 years ago, was offering virtual servers for less than less than $10 US per month. So that's about 2,000 rupees, I believe. So there are ways to offer virtualized services at a very, very low cost. I actually would answer that in three parts. First, our role is really to enable service provider to provide cloud services to SMBs. So we want to reduce the friction to make that happen. And so the technology that we have, like Parallels plus Panel, Parallels plus Automation, or Parallels Automation, do exactly that. And the challenges that I mentioned in the last few questions can be solved with those products. The second part is that we are already in India. We have partners like ControlX, like DirectEye, like CNET, Cryptos, I mentioned ZNet as well. They're using or selling our products today to enable those services. What we're doing, and we want to do more, is work with these partners and other partners to accelerate cloud adoption. And so that's why Parallels has a pretty significant presence here at WHD India, is to be able to meet with our partners, talk to them, and see how we can accelerate adoption of cloud services in India. And if adoption of cloud services accelerates, then the amount of software we sell accelerates as well. Today, worldwide, we work with IBM, we work with Cisco, we work with EMC, and so there's nothing that would stop us from working with big India system integrators as well, like Tata, Wipro, so on.